speaking of lifting here, we're going to see some pretty, character loyalists here, lifting their characters up to higher heights as we are in loser semis here, 1 game away from losers finals. Who will take it? Game 1.
And Bowser Snake, kind of a early ultimate meta callback, low-key.
Yeah.
Very common at very common at the beginning of the game. Not so much now, but.
And this is actually a bit of a run back. Alice and Tempo played each other at the winner's side, and Alice was the one who sent Tempo to loser's bracket. So now that they're both here again, we might end up seeing a repeat of what happened at the start, where Alice was just impossible to approach. They made sure that Bowser never got back to stage, and Tempo just had to eat it.
Yeah, Snake does so good at controlling the stage, and against a character who does have trouble approaching like Bowser, it can be very hard to get anything opened up on Snake. He's also a character who loves stage. Like,
right.
He's got so much stuff blowing up all the time, and Bowser's only he has to get in to do anything to you.
And not to mention, Bowser's animations aren't the fastest. So, with how large those explosions are, you're going to be seeing a lot of your kill options get interrupted by an explosion of a grenade. You can't get overzealous there. Thankfully, that back air paid off. But in situations like that where you're chasing Snake down and they're dropping an explosive, you want to be moving the other way.
Really big opening, 71%.
Oh, that could have led to a back air.
Still going.
And unfortunately, I fear the stock might not last very long here. Unless we overextend with a dash attack, and now it's Tempo's time to take the lead. Simple. It's just that simple, chat. You have enough move damage to break Cypher, then you go out and do it. Dropping another C4. Jumping right over it. Ooh, unfortunately, that's going to be your stock, friend. Not be reversing that fire breath was the end of you. Where's it flame breath?
Yeah, Tempo does not really respect Alice whatsoever here. It's kind of just running in and throwing hands.
And almost
back air at the ledge, doesn't quite do it.
Right.
But you gotta land onto Bowser. Figures it. No.
Yeah, it's not the safest thing to do, but if you're fast enough, you can get it done. Holding shield there to keep the grenade from killing you. And unfortunately, the Bautista bomb takes its hit. And it didn't kill, but that's what up tilt is for. It's funny, Bowser's hand goes like this whenever he hits up tilt. He's he hits you with his little finger, and his other fingers curl like that. He's got a very funny flick of the finger. And there's the hit art. He's a funny character. He's a little big turtle. And it's funny that Sakurai just doesn't know who Bowser or Donkey Kong are at all. He's I like to think of Bowser as Godzilla, you know? And we're you've never played Mario, have you? You just don't know who this guy is.
3, 2, 1.
That doesn't mean we don't know what he's capable of in this second game, as while we weren't looking, Tempo went ahead and got himself a quick 71% lead.
Still going.
99. Can we get 100? 101. 102. Forward tilt. There we go. One of the most active moves in the game. When Bowser still just has his fist extended like that, it's still going to be hurting you.
Yeah, what an opening from Tempo.
Ooh. And using a bit of flame breath, which is surprisingly equal in damage to just one grenade.
34%. Still going. Now it's 70.
See, yeah, Tempo's kind of coming back with a vengeance here. We thought this matchup was going to be a lot harder for him, but Alice is just struggling to find Snake's usual game plan as they are getting caught at the ledge, getting caught trying to recover high, getting caught trying to land. Where can you go?
Tempo is playing really aggressive.
Yeah.
I feel like he has an Alice's face the entire time. And Alice is kind of having a hard time keeping up.
It's funny how quickly a player like that can just adapt to the situation, where literally a few hours ago, or I'd say at this point just 1 hour ago, they were on the losing side of this matchup, losing almost 3-0, and now they're about to be up 2-0. As we see Alice on their last stock here, trying to find a way back to the stage, and not finding it.
One thing about any Snake matchup is he can't really come back like very quickly.
Yeah, he's going to have to take his time landing, and unfortunately, he doesn't have any time left.
It's just 2 huge stocks for Tempo. Absolutely blew the game out of the water.
I wonder if I can draw Bowser doing his thing. So there's Bowser's iconic spikes. That's his down air. And here's the angle that Alice was sent at. Just directly out from there. That was a horrible, terrible.
You have to be ready for that.
Yeah. And Bowser's a little like hop too. He doesn't just land into it. He goes like, and then lands. So that little hop can be enough to distract you or, you know, like throw you off in terms of your shield timing. Speaking of getting thrown off, none of those grenades hitting your intended target is not how you want to start your potential last game.
But already off to a decent start. You really want to be slowing it down if you're Alice right now. I feel like Tempo is just being really aggro and just opening up so much.
Getting the down airs there and getting thrown not off stage, but getting comboed off stage. And unfortunately, it's Nikita time to do what Nikita does best. We were talking about it does your taxes for you. Well, Nikita is the auto edge guard move. You just line it up and you just sit on stage and let it happen.
It is a point-and-click adventure.
And it looks like you won. Because you're now up almost an entire stock in terms of percent. And it looks like what happened in the first set that they played against each other might be happening again, as Tempo just cannot land a killing move until now. 84% really isn't that much for Bowser, all things considered. But 128, that's starting to get a little, precarious. Get out of there!
Both characters snowball each other so heavy. It is very hard to kill Snake with a lead. But he's kind of given a second chance on life.
Ooh.
Didn't find anything. 32%, but C4 does the job.
Yeah, I don't know if up air into up tilt was worth getting hit by a C4 and then getting hit by a forward air into up air from the grenade. Putting the pause on Tempo there, saying, you might be up 2-0, but that doesn't mean I'm out. But Tempo responding in turn. Punch! Punch! Here comes the giant fist! You know, Chad, something happened down there. None of us will ever know what. Okay.
It is not over for Alice, though. Has
Might be
100% lead.
Ooh!
Just has to stay alive, find the kill.
125%, like we were saying before. While this isn't, it's funny, peachy, easy, it's still a very dangerous percent for Bowser to be at, as demonstrated there. Alice putting their name on the board, 1-2. Will we see an adaptation from Tempo, or will we stick with the Bowser? Tried and true.
I think the Bowser works.
Yeah, me too. I think the Bowser isn't really the problem. It's just that, when do you respect Alice? When do you say, okay, you've got too many grenades in this general area. I will simply wait for them to not be as abundant.
Yeah, because Tempo is definitely finding his openings, getting so much out of each, attack that he's hitting.
Right.
But when you get a little bit too aggressive and you kind of fall into the Snake Vortex, it is so hard to come back.
Exactly. It's like when you get taken over by the Dark Force, the Satsui no Hado, the, Nine-Tailed Fox, you lose sight of what's important. Someone has to grab you and say, stop, this isn't you. You're getting hit by too many grenades, too many explosives. You're better than this. So hopefully Tempo remembers what's important and locks back in, and it looks like they're finally freeing themselves with the dark energy to potentially take this first stock way early. Look at that respect they're giving. That's what we like to see.
There's a lot of jumping around. Forward tilt finds his mark, doesn't get the kill. C4 blown up. Up tilt finds it. C4 on the side plat.
And looks like Snake is blown up as well, as another giant fist hits its mark. Okay, there's a failed throw for an explosion. There's another failed throw. There's another failed engagement. You know, these grenades really are good. Explode. Oh.
I have a feeling these characters really like trading.
Really? I wonder what gives you that impression. What context clues you might be latching onto there. Speaking of trading, no trade there. Just a clean, giant get-up attack. Bowser having one of the largest, as he is one of the largest characters. I feel like we kind of missed a forward air there. Oh well. We don't need the forward air. All we have is the Bowser Bomb. And now Alice on their tournament stock. They need to find all that motivation, all that focus from game number 2, because they can do it again if they lock in, if they play the game plan exactly as Snake needs to and not overextend even a bit. Okay, almost breaking the shield there, but not quite.
The trusty up B coming to play.
Ooh, the trusty Cypher, I mean C4, coming to play.
50%, not too big of a lead. Snake has been known to bring this back very quickly.
But once you start trading with Bowser, you realize that you're getting a GameStop trade, as you're getting no value, and Bowser is getting all the value.
Really big side B for Tempo.
Up B moment?
Has to
Up air moment!
Big
And
up
it
air.
looks like Tempo took the game, locked in, said, even though you sent me to losers, I only lose one time.